So this is a 5 minute chart, and I know that. So what that means is every one of these candles right here are 5 minutes in duration, and you have an up candle. What that means, if it's green, then it opened at the bottom, maybe went down a little bit, and then come up and went up a little high, and then come settled and closed. That's the little wicks right there. That's what they mean. A red candle means we opened at the top of the candle, right up here. We come down, left a little wick, and then closed. So these are 5 minute candles. Every one of them is 5 minutes in duration. I think what's interesting though is I've got a little tool where I can show the last 3 days, and the current daily chart, daily candle. So these are daily candles. So this is way back on Friday. I guess it's just giving me. But anyway, these are the last 3 days. This is Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday. So Tuesday we had just sort of this small move day. Wednesday we went way up. We opened here, went way up here, come all the way down here, and then closed real low. And then Thursday we opened here, slipped down a little bit, and then just run. It was a huge, huge day. You see how they're lined up across there? Well, to me, this looks like an inside and up. So my expectation would be for this current candle, this is the current day, and it will move as it's being created. This current candle, my expectation is for it to finish. Let me just draw the line here, is to definitely finish above this high. Now, it's already been above the high as we're at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. It's already been above the high, and it's come back down. So but my premise is that we would finish above this high, or at least back up here close to this high, maybe even higher. So let's just watch as we stroll along here. So you can see the candle moving if you watch. So at 9:30 when we opened, we started shooting up, and then we hit the high right there, or come right at it, and we just backed off. Bam. Now we'll just watch how this plays out. So now this candle's turning negative. So we opened right here, we went up, and now we're turning negative as we come down. Just how this candle is built. So we're coming down, and looking at this candle from yesterday, my thought is that we stay somewhere in this top half of this. That may get down below it, but I definitely want to see it come back up rather quickly. But we would stay in the top half of this right here, and at some point recover. And let's see if we'll see that happen. Okay, here is 10:20, and this would be where we would start our reversal back up. And just so you see this candle right here. So if you have a idea that with all that's going on, and there's a lot of other little session times and levels that I use, but overall, if I'm thinking that this is going to finish back up here and we've pulled back down into here, this is the place to get in. You get in below the open as much as possible so you can profit. So, it may not be right yet. We'll see. So if we go back below this low, if we go back below the low, let me just get rid of that. Anyway, if we go back below the low of this, I would, add to a certain point. I mean, at a certain point, if things are really going south, you got to get out. But there were certain levels I'm watching. So let's just see how this pans out here. So we start to recover really nicely. Little pullback into the same area, but nothing. So you see now we're turning green again right here. So this is the recovery of that candle. So you see how these sort of have it in my mind and I actually use this tool sometimes, but watching this candle and understanding how a daily candle is built. So if I expect to finish the day above this line, this is exactly where I wanted to get in at as we built this candle, putting in this wick. I'm down here in the wick. That's where I got in. Then we'll just see how everything progressed right here and right there to the end of the day. So this is pretty much how our candle's going to finish. And, getting in at the wick is really good. That's one micro contract, $5 a point. Now, this is a pretty long trade. This is something you put in and just leave. But in any case, that's just how the candle was built. Right there. So actually what was done, just so you kind of get an idea, let me get rid of this and get rid of this line. So what I was looking at, if we go back in time again here to around, what I would be looking at as someone who wants to get it done and get it quick, basically, it's when I approach the chart, I would be looking at, all right, what's down here? Well, we got all these targets down here, and there's other stuff I won't bore you with as far as how the structure is. My main thing is we've already taken out the London high. We've already taken out the Asian high. So what's left up here? So and we're also right now below midnight. So what I would want to see is push up into this resistance and then get a short back below the line and maybe come down here to hit some of these targets. That's my thinking as I approach the chart. But I would keep monitoring it just to see. And as we get to 9:10, my idea is that we've got plenty of resistance up here, and that if a good push up would really be good. So I'm just going to change to the 1 minute chart, so I can kind of see a little better what's happening, because I think the 5 minute chart sometimes dilutes what actually makes it look so fast. So we're getting here to 9:30 is when we open, so we're a couple of minutes away right here. And I'm clicking this. This isn't normal movement. So I'm clicking this, and so here we go. You got 9:30 pushes up, 9:31 pushes up a little higher, 9:32 pushes up even higher. So that's only a couple of minutes, 180 seconds maybe. And then here we get this. That's my first inclination that something that my idea that we might come back is taking shape. So, and what really is exciting or gives me an idea is this right here. These lows that are formed here right before the open. That's good liquidity, right there. So, and that's down here near this PM line, and then down here we've got New York PM. The PM low is down here. So definitely stuff. What's left above us? I mean, there's maybe this high. That's it. We've already taken London. There's not. We've taken this. All this that was created here. We just run all of that. We ran every bit of it. So one more click here. Let's see what happens. We push up again, and this is getting to the point about 9:34. So, and this happens a lot. 9:30 will go one direction when a really nice move is coming back the other way. So now this is where now I'm thinking, okay, we got a shot here, right there. Now what that is the very first little small fair value gap right there. Right there. It's at 938. So I don't know if the 1 minute candle will do it justice, but right in this area, if we push back up to that or whatever, but I'm going to do one more candle. It may just drop because it could have went up into that. So we'll just see. Yeah, see, it just dropped, which is not the way that I would be doing that. So right in here, this candle would be going back and forth several seconds. So, but just as a I don't know why when I'm doing it like this, it doesn't let me put a stop. But our stop would be right back up here at these highs, because you figure with this is good to go. And the target would be right back down here, minimum, maybe even down here, depending on how things look. So you get one more minute, you're down now below midnight. That is a great indication that we're definitely losing ground. And you look at these lows right here. I mean, this is just beautiful. Target right there. Now that's, when you get this right here, this some believe is like a midway point. And, you know, of course I don't, it's more of an eyeball thing, but so if we were to take and say from where we started falling to here, like that, then this would be sort of a midway point. So I'll just bring this down here. So that really looks close to this this area down here, which that's the lunchtime high right there. So that would make me feel comfortable that we probably are going to go even deeper. And this is at 941. So yeah, this little consolidation right here is sort of a midway point. They call it the measuring point, because what we're looking at is right around 950. One of two things will happen. Either we'll push back up into this gap, this other gap right here. When I say gap, this candle wick and this candle wick does not meet. So it left a gap that can be resistance right there. So, and that's right on the midnight line too, which below the midnight line it's where we want to be at this point. So we just basically have these lows down here, and so we coming up on 945. And so where we're at now, 950, should be like a continuation down, a good move down. Well, there's a little up, and you see it put in the New York kill zone low right there. And that's, now we're getting to 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I really don't want to be trading anymore. I mean, especially with this. This is, so we basically got, this is probably about 20 minutes, a 20-minute trade. And this is not perfect, but it's an easily a couple $100 trade right there. You know, what if you're only able to get in here and get, you know, let's say you waited till here to see what 950 did, and you went to 478 down to 441. I mean, that's that's $150. So it's about the halfway point. So just a very simple trade, very short time, and you're done. and you're done. So anyway, so you kind of see, even though I demonstrated how this candle works, uh, this was the fast get in and get out trade. So we'll just go ahead and bank this money, and be done with it. But then, when you started getting so at 10:20 or so, we started doing this little thing, and that's where you would expect to get a push back up, and it did, and that's where the reversal took place, and a beautiful reversal. I mean, somebody who wanted to just set it and forget it down here, could have done very well. I don't like to set it and forget it too much. I mean, I guess you could have bought an option down there or something and let it ride. But the biggest thing is that all this time all this back and forth, that doesn't happen back here. See, it's just straight down. So anyway, I just want to make this video, show how the daily candle is built, show a little bit about these levels. These session levels are so fascinating, and also there's contrary trades. Even though the day ended bullish, this trade was the easiest by far trade of the day. A very easy trade right there. And mainly because we had taken the highs already, and then we had taken the highs really way back here, but then when we got down here, we took these highs, all these little highs. So what's left is this, and then the targets down below. So anyway, just a really fun video to make. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.